Happy Saturday. Welcome back to Your Questions, Your Money. We're going to go straight to the phone. Seth is on the phone from Texas. Hey, Seth.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Good. What's your question?
Well, I was wanting to know if it was cheaper to hire an in-house web person to manage my social marketing campaign.
That's a great question.
Right now, I'm
actually.
spending probably around $150,000 in cost per clicks.
It's kind of a little confusing because you're saying cost per click. That actually sounds like an ad buy. Are you doing social media campaigns that you're paying for people to come to the website?
We do you got the Google, Yahoo, MSN, all that. We do to get the sponsored results up at the top. That's where the bulk of all of our money is going, and 15% commission is going to a third-party keyword management people, and they're
so they're actually trying to find the keywords for you of what you should aim for.
Right. Well, I gave them a list of specific words. We've been doing this since 1994, so we had a really good understanding. We gave them those keywords, and for a while I was managing it myself, but it just got to be so time-consuming and overwhelming. I eventually passed it off to a third-party person. But now we're starting to spend quite a bit of money, and they're taking, of course, a 15% cut right off the top of that. And I'm wondering if I could get a web person in here, and then that could also help me out with a lot of other things. Of course, it probably wouldn't be a full-time job for them just to do nothing but keyword management, but I still have a newsletter that I poorly manage now, and Twitter and wiki sites, a whole bunch of other HTML sites, kind of like landing pages.
Right.
Well, what I would do is these are all separate things. I would not have a third party doing all of those, the same company, because you need really like a newsletter editor or a writer. There's a ton of bloggers that what you can do is if you offer them links within your newsletter, like we have that. We have a 5-day-a-week newsletter where we teamed up with food bloggers so that they write the content depending on what the theme is, and then in exchange you give them links back and information back to their website. That's great exposure for them. That's great exposure for us because we just can't keep up with the content. So there's ways to sort of get around that, and as you grow and as you build. But it seems like you're looking really for like a search marketing company to manage your keywords. But if you already know your keywords, you may actually want to just pay for educating somebody in-house.
Right.
I think that's a much better fit for you.
Okay. Tahari, an author of Lists for Life, the essential tool for getting organized and tackling tough to-dos. She's with us this whole hour. Babette is still here. Now, Babette, before we move on, say your last name so we say it right.
Pep-I.
Pep-I. So I was getting it right. So I'm very
sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know.
Pep-I.
It was just, I was getting all twisted
That's
up
okay.
in it.
Don't worry about it.
No, I've got Dagan stuck with me my whole life, so it's been butchered every which way to Sunday. She is the founder and CEO of BakeSpace. And George Zimmerman's here, founder and chairman of Zimmerman Advertising. And we are also now joined by Wall Street Journal fashion and retail columnist Terry Akins. Babette, how often should somebody update their Facebook page in your opinion?
You know, that's a sort of a double-edged sword because I've seen Facebook fan pages that had 10 updates and they have 2 million followers. I think the real key with Facebook is the Facebook title, whatever your title is of your group. If it appeals to people and it's a thought of like, the sky is blue or my eyes are brown, for some reason people are really attracted to that. I don't know why, but they just are. And it also doesn't seem necessarily like a pitch or a company if it's something like my eyes are brown, because then you're connecting with people who are very similar to you. I actually have some really interesting, before we move on, I want to talk about these books. There's a website called Goodreads.com. A guy named Otis runs it, a fabulous website. If you team up with communities that are all about books and all about people sharing reviews and reading it simultaneously in a sort of an online book club, that could really push your book out. Tahari, I was thinking about your book and what you could do with the lists. And I'm sorry if I'm sort of going back to original conversation, but have you thought about doing a Facebook app? I mean, not a Facebook app, an iPhone app where it allows you to combine those lists?
I actually have two apps.
Thought about for the iPhone app to push it to Facebook so that when you complete your list, a lot of people, they have this thing of when, like, I'm a list person. When I can check off that list, there's a sense of accomplishment at the end. If you integrate it with Facebook Connect, as soon as you complete the list, you almost like a Foursquare thing or a Gowalla, it'll send a message to your Facebook wall that says they completed the list. It may be a cool way to get your branding with their social stream as well. That might be kind of a fun way to expand the iPhone app.
Questions Your Money. We got a few minutes left. Jason emails in, what's the best way to raise capital for a new startup? We've been approached by many angel investors offering little capital, but for a large percentage of the company. What should we do? Babette, this is an age-old question. I need the money, but I don't want to give up all the control.
Well, my first thing would be to go to friends and family. It depends on how much you need to raise. If it's only like under $50,000, reach out to the people who care about you and who aren't necessarily, who maybe they can guide you professionally. Like if you find people who have a background in advertising, marketing, whatever it is that you need, because not only if they invest in you financially, but you can tap into their knowledge base. But you know, I'm really leery about really high percentages unless your valuation, I mean, it depends on what the value is, and it depends on where the company's going.
Well, I'm even more
but if you
pessimistic
can build
than
it a little
Babette.
bit more.
I'm more pessimistic than Babette. I'd say, listen, don't give up a huge percentage of your company. Otherwise, just don't bother. It's not worth it.
We're going to take an email. Jason emails in, I just moved to a new city and want to start a business here. How do I find out what businesses are in demand so I can be a success? That's a great question. Babette, how do you figure out where there's a need?
Well, if you just move to the community, I would sort of live in the community for a little while and almost see what your reaction is to when you're walking around. Like, are you looking for something? Do you not find it? I went to the grocery store recently, and I was going to look up some recipes. And instantly, I realized what our iPhone app should be, because I was in the grocery store, I was seeing what I needed, and I was trying to figure out how I should build our iPhone app so that it would be useful for me while I'm in the grocery store. Unless you walk around, talk to people, see what your community has to offer or what it doesn't, you're going in blind. So I would definitely do some market research.
Babette, quickly, some final thoughts from you.
Sure. I took some notes. I think with Tahari, what would be awesome and a great PR opportunity is to create local events where women can basically swap their either old Tahari stuff that they want to sort of upgrade into like day for night, kind of take that idea, or shoes or accessories. You can really break that down into niches, and then invite women to come and swap their old stuff with new products from you. And what they'll probably do is they'll take pictures about it, they'll tweet it, they'll post it on Facebook, they'll wear it to work. There's a really cool way to connect, and then what'll happen is local media will come up and actually it'd be a great visual.
Babette, thank you for that, and thanks to everybody, Roy in particular, to you. We want to thank all of our fabulous guests, Roy Tahari, Babette Pepi, founder and CEO of BakeSpace, Jordan Zimmerman of Zimmerman Advertising, and Terry Agins, fashion columnist for the Wall Street Journal.
Thank you for watching us today. Check us out on Sirius, Hulu. We'll see you on Monday.